Hello and welcome back to Vlogmas day 15. Guys, we are 10 days away from Christmas and I am literally so excited. And it's currently Wednesday. It's Wednesday, December 14th. So I'm so excited because I get to go home so soon. I have a friend coming into town this weekend, so that's going to be super fun. So I want to say, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos coming up. Starting this weekend, my friend gets here on Friday, so she'll be here Friday through Sunday. She leaves Sunday. I work Monday, and then I leave Tuesday the 20th to go home to New Hampshire. And then I'll be home. The rest of the Vlogmas videos will be, well, from then on in New Hampshire up until Christmas. So, yay, that'll be so fun. I'm getting so excited. So, yes, lots of fun Vlogmas videos to come. So, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the rest of them. But yes, I am going to film a nighttime routine. If you watched the video before this one, make sure you go watch it. It is a 4:45 a.m. morning routine, which is my morning routine like throughout the weekdays and everything. But yes, so this is gonna be a nighttime routine. I don't really have like a super like extensive nighttime routine. Right now it's 5:30, so love that. I'm currently just doing some computer work. TJ is playing basketball at the gym right now, and I don't know what time he's gonna be home, but he'll be home at some point throughout this video. But yeah, so right now just getting some computer work done and watching some YouTube. Ivory's eating an early dinner. He's in the kitchen munching right now. Yeah, that's about it for now. But you'll see in the rest of the video how my nights normally go. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to some computer work. You guys are currently sitting in my cabinet. I'm about to make something for dinner, which if you guys, oh my god, this braid is so scary. Anyway, if you guys watch my videos or like have watched probably any day of Vlogmas so far, you know that I eat like eggs and toast probably every single day. Yes, I'm about to eat it for dinner. I forgot to eat breakfast this morning, which that's bad. Don't do that. I was running late this morning and it was not good. So when I got home from work, I ended up having more of like a lunch slash dinner meal. I had taco pasta, which I was gonna have for dinner originally. I had to sneeze. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm gonna make eggs and toast for dinner, which I'm not gonna show you guys because I show you in literally every single video. So I'm just gonna make it because that's, you know. We can have like a fun little chat instead since this video is gonna be probably really short already. Don't mind the YouTube in the background and TJ's oatmeal cream pies. My card was full, so I had to delete a few things. So yeah, I guess like, I don't know. I guess if you don't already know who I am or you haven't like watched my videos before, my name is Allie. I am a personal trainer. I currently do in-person training through a gym, but I recently started my own online training, and anyone can apply for it. I can put the training application down in the description, and I'll also link the website in the description as well. I post videos on Instagram more regularly, like at least every day. So you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram too. I'll link that below as well. Sorry guys, there's like oil all over this bottle. But yeah, I have been training in person for a year and a half now. I went to school in Kentucky. I went to Morehead State University and got my bachelor's in exercise science. So yay, that's super fun. I love training. In the past year and a half of me training in person, like, one, I've met so many amazing people. Like, I am so grateful to have a job where, one, I get to stay active and be on my feet all day, because in college, I was a D1 college cheerleader for 5 years. And before that, I did competitive all-star cheerleading for 10 years. So I cheered for a total of 15 years, which was super fun. That was like my whole life. And pause. And I loved every second of it. Like, I would go back and do it in a heartbeat. Like, I don't even care. So I'm very grateful to have a job where I get to stay on my feet all day and be active and teach other people how to work out, because I love it. It's like my favorite thing to do. And there's so many benefits to working out besides, obviously, everyone's like main goal typically is to look good. Which is like cool and all, but also at the same time, like, you feel good, you have more energy. It really helps you once you start building those habits and you know what it feels like to feel good and like treat your body like well and with respect. You are more likely to maintain healthy habits for your lifetime, which is the goal. Fitness should be a lifestyle. It shouldn't be this thing that you're like, okay, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds, whatever, and then I'm just never gonna work out again. Because that's not really how that works. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. But, yeah, no, I love it. And, like, every time a client comes to me to tell me, like, they feel so much better, they're so much more confident in their body and going to the gym and working out, and, like, it is the most rewarding thing ever. Like, it is my favorite thing when my clients tell me positive things that come from training besides just losing weight or gaining weight or whatever it is. I personally think that everybody should work out. It doesn't necessarily have to be like weight training or whatever, although weight training is extremely important. But I think you should find at least something that makes you happy that also involves you being active. So my online training is targeted more towards females, mostly 20s to, I would say, 40s, 50s, just because I have more experience personally with my own life experiences, and it's just, women seem to struggle a lot more with body image issues and self-esteem and confidence and all those things. Not saying that men don't, and it's not that I don't enjoy training men. Probably half of my in-person clients are males, and they love training with me. I love training them. But I know that I can absolutely 100% help females, especially with my own personal experience. Being a college cheerleader, it's really hard. It's like one of like the best things I ever did in my life. I loved it. A lot of my best friends I met in college from cheering, but the actual sport itself is so hard because it's not necessarily what you look like, but you do get judged a lot on your appearance and your body, which is very hard, especially at a young age. I cheered all through, from 3rd grade all the way through high school, and then I took a gap year between high school and college. And so I did have a coach at one point who, it was the only male coach I ever had up until college. My college coach was also a male. But this coach had also cheered in college before, and I was doing private stunting lessons with him because at the time I was thinking that I wanted to be on a co-ed team, which is, if you don't know, it's boys and girls on the same team. I actually ended up being on an all-girl team, which was honestly better. I wouldn't have traded it for the world. But this coach had told me that I, one, probably wasn't going to make my dream school, which was Morehead State. I wanted to go to Morehead State specifically for cheering. But he told me that, one, I probably wasn't going to make that team because it's a really good team, and I'd probably have to go somewhere else first, get better, and then transfer in, which I didn't. I actually made the team my first year, so that was cool. I love proving people wrong. He also did tell me that I would probably have to lose weight if I wanted to be a college cheerleader. Which, I mean, like, I'm 18 years old, you know, like, my dream, my whole life is cheerleading. My dream is to be on this amazing team, and I just had someone tell me, hey, you need to lose weight if you want to make this team, if you want to be successful, basically. Which I know that's not, he didn't mean it in a negative or harmful way, but also when you're at that age and you would do anything to be on your dream team, it's kind of hard. And I don't know if there is a different way that he could have worded it that would have made it better. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so then I started, researching and going to YouTube and Instagram for, basically advice, workouts, nutrition tips, like all this stuff. And it was, the way fitness online is right now is not what it was in 2015, 2016. I got a lot of my workouts from Pinterest, actually, which is so funny because I would do like these quick little, like, do this 10-minute workout before you shower at night, or wake up and do this 5-minute ab circuit, or just like random workouts. And I was like, all right, let's do it. Here I am in my bedroom, like on my floor, doing these workouts. But whatever, everyone starts somewhere. But that's when I started, I would say I mostly went to YouTube for workouts and stuff. Because like with Instagram and video content just wasn't huge yet. It was more so like pictures and like fitness modeling, I guess you could say. And so around that time is when I kind of found like Heidi Summers, Whitney Simmons, Nikki Blackadder, like all of like the OG type fitness influencers, Dana Lynn Bailey, like all those big names and everything. And I'm so glad that I did, and like I obviously still follow them, and like it's just so crazy to see one, how far they've come and how far I've come just from following them and looking to them for advice and everything. And never in a million years did I think that I was going to end up being a personal trainer. I never thought this was going to be my career path. I knew that I always wanted to do something like body health-ish wise, but I was thinking more like medical. But I mean, I'm so grateful. Like, I would not choose another career path, honestly. Wow, I kind of got like way off topic. So back to the whole losing weight thing to be on this college team. It did get to a point once I tried out. I keep running out of storage from all these Vlogmas freaking videos on my camera. Anyway, so once I moved to Kentucky, I made the team, moved to Kentucky for school. I'm originally from New Hampshire, so first of all, I moved like 15 hours away from home. So that was cool. I wanted to get out of small, teeny, tiny town, New Hampshire anyway. But so I'm like, it's like a whole nother level. Like, that team is so competitive. You are surrounded by like the best of the best, like all of the best girls from their high schools and everything, which is like, one, so humbling. Two, so amazing, especially if you are in the mind space where you want to learn and get better. So that was cool. But my roommate at the time was, so I've always weighed more than most people my size. I'm 5 foot nothing. I'm currently 124. When I had graduated high school, I had gained a little bit of weight because I wasn't in school anymore. I was just like working. But even then, like, I still really didn't weigh that much. The heaviest I got was like 130. I also didn't have that much muscle mass on me, so it was a little bit more fat than I have now. But in no way was I necessarily big. I was just softer, you could say. I didn't have as much muscle mass. And so my roommate at the time was, our freshman year, 4'11", and like 90, 95 pounds, which to me, you know, is so hard because when you're that age, that's when you kind of start focusing more on like the scale, and you're like, oh, well, like, why do I weigh this much and she weighs that much? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. And then you kind of get self-conscious, and especially with me, with my position for cheer, I was a flyer, and so was she. So in my head, I'm like, oh, well, they're obviously going to pick the smaller girl. She's lighter, she's easier to work with. So that's when my fitness journey kind of took a turn. I don't want to say for the worst. Everything is a lesson learned, and I did end up developing an eating disorder, and I was working out excessively, which at the time, I mean, D1 sports are extremely intense. I was practicing so much. My first work week for cheer, you practice twice a day, every single day for 2 hours. That was for like a week straight. And then if you make the camp team, you go to camp. Camp is about 4 days. It's really like, I guess, technically like 3 full days. But even then, it's like go, go, go. You don't get rest time to go to bed at night. So it was a lot on my body physically. And then on top of that, I was doing my own workouts in the gym, and then not eating enough, not eating as much as I should. And I won't get into like the specifics so much of my eating disorder. I mean, if you guys want to know about that, I'm completely transparent. I don't care. It's, you know, if it helps somebody, then that's fine. I can make a completely separate video about that. So if you want to know more about that, let me know. You can comment below. But basically I wasn't eating enough. I was working out way too much and I was exhausted and I lost an unhealthy amount of weight in an unhealthy amount of time. Lost my period for like 3 months. So it wasn't great and I struggled with it all through college. That was my freshman year. I struggled with it all throughout college. It did gradually get better and better and I was tracking my food obsessively. But I want to say it was right before my last year, my 5th year, I said, screw it, I'm not tracking anymore. I deleted my FitnessPal. I stopped tracking my food. And not to say that tracking is a bad thing, but you just have to be careful with it. If you find that you're becoming obsessive about it, you should stop immediately. So that's what I did for my own physical and mental health. I stopped tracking my food and that was all fun, whatever. Like I had so much fun with my friends and, you know, I wasn't, in the back of my mind, I still did have fears around certain foods and everything. But you know, like it took time to get over that. But I mean, I ended up being able to enjoy my last year for cheer and everything and not be so restrictive and worry about those things. I stopped excessively working out as well. I was working out more than the average person. I was still a D1 athlete, so I was working out a lot. But I wasn't doing all of the extra workouts and ridiculous stuff that I was doing closer to my first few years of college. And so once I graduated school, I was really, really nervous because I was like, you know, obviously I'm not going to be as active as I was in college. Like, no one really prepares you for going from being a D1 athlete to just being a regular human being. It's really hard. It's a lot harder than you would think. And I mean, like I said, I could not be more grateful for my job. Like, I get to be on my feet all day long. I work in a gym. I have a free gym membership. I can go to any of them in the country. So like, so blessed that I get to be able to do that. But I'm also like so happy that I get to use my experience to help people not fall into the same traps that I did. Granted, social media is not great, but better than it was, especially when it comes to fitness or female fitness space. So I am happy about that. It is getting better. Just slowly. It's just hard. This is a warning to everybody. Please be careful when you're taking advice from people on the internet. You don't know who's credible and who's not. It is very easy these days to call yourself a personal trainer or a fitness coach. Not everybody has the credentials to do so. So just be careful. I know a lot of people have their own experiences and they look good and what they do works for them. That doesn't mean they know how to train other people. Just be careful with that. So just make sure that you're looking for people that are either, they have CPT, which is certified personal trainer. That means they went and they took a course and got certified. Also, like people like me, I went to school. I got my bachelor's degree in exercise science. So just make sure that you're watching out for the people that maybe don't have as much knowledge as they seem to put out. If that makes sense. But yeah. So it's great. I love helping people. I love, you know, being able to teach people how to feel good in their bodies and feel confident, and yeah. It's great. This was honestly, like, I'm sorry, this was all over the place. That was such a ramble. That's basically like my whole fitness journey that I just told you guys. I've sat down and tried to film that video like a million times as just a sit down video. It basically went the same as this, honestly. It was kind of a ramble. But I don't track now. Every once in a while, if I'm wanting to kind of like see where I'm at eating wise, I do now have the ability to track my food and not obsess over it. So that's awesome. It took some healing and some time, but that's cool. I don't restrict myself anymore at all. I don't think anyone should have to restrict themselves to like the point where they're starving themselves or they are like falling into like binge eating and all that stuff. And then I found a pretty good balance with working out. I actually did a few months ago take a good bit of time off of training. I don't know how long it was. It was at least a few weeks, maybe a month. I just kind of fell into a rut, which is totally fine. Like, I didn't beat myself up over it. You know, like, everybody has their times, and, you know, it's also, your mental health is just as important as your physical health. So, but yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It took so much time and, you know, effort to be able to get to where I am now from where I was like 6 years ago. It's crazy. But I mean, that's why I do what I do. I don't ever want anyone to have to go through all of the stuff that I did. And I'm glad, honestly, that I went through all of that stuff so that I can be in the position that I'm in and help people and understand it from a personal point of view. So, yeah. There you go. That's basically my fitness journey. But yeah, with that being said, even if you have questions and you don't even like want personal training, definitely follow my Instagram. You can DM me anytime. You know, ask me some questions and I'll DM you back. Or if I get a lot of the same question, I can always answer it on stories and stuff like that. It's just harder to answer stuff on here because obviously YouTube is more long form. So if you want to see more, I guess this is technically more like lifestyle content. I don't even know what lifestyle is considered. But yeah, definitely go to Instagram if you want more fitness content from me, for sure. And apply for training if you do want training. It doesn't cost anything to apply. You can just apply, and I can, you know, go through your answers and email you back and, you know, get in touch, see where you're at. But I am gonna go eat this food now because I've been sitting here talking for like 30 minutes probably. My food is 100% cold now. It's fine. I'm gonna eat it.